In this video I'm going to show you how to fold a six-pointed crown designed by Christiane Bettens. The model is folded from a hexagon, but I'll show you how to cut one from a rectangle. I've got a more detailed video on how to cut a hexagon from a square or from a rectangle, so you may also want to check that out. This model I folded from a hexagon with a height of 18.2 centimeters or 7¼ of an inch. The diameter of the crown, that's this distance, is then 5.2 centimeters or 2 inches, and its height is 5 centimeters or 2¼ of an inch. For a model that you can actually wear, try using a hexagon with a height of about 70 centimeters or 27½ inches. The crown then has a diameter of about 20 centimeters or 7¾ of an inch. Now let's get started. I'm using a rectangle where the long side is at least 1.2 times as long as the short side. Using printer paper, both A4 and letter will work fine. The height of the hexagon will be the length of the shorter side of the rectangle. First, we'll cut that hexagon. So we're going to start with the color side up and fold in half horizontally. Then rotate and bring the edge to the edge you just created. Flip the model over and do the same thing on the other side. Then unfold again, and now we're going to make a crease that starts in this point so that the corner lies on that crease down there. We're creating a 60-degree angle, which is what we need for the hexagon. Same thing on the other side. Now we're going to take the lower edge and align it with that edge we just created. Unfold and do the same thing on the other side. Unfold and now bring again this edge to the crease we just created. And same thing on the other side. Then you have your hexagon, and all we need to do is cut off these 4 areas. I'm going to do that using a cutting mat and a knife. Now we have a hexagon, and the good thing is that all the creases we created we actually need for the model. We're going to flip the model over onto the white side, and we have 2 creases already that are kind of 1/4 of the height of the hexagon, and we're going to add the other side. Then we're going to flip the model over again and now make a crease between these 2 halfway. So I'm going to take this mountain fold, align it with the central edge, and then we're only going to crease right between these 2 creases right here. Unfold and repeat all the way around. Once that's done, we're going to fold in half, and we're going to start a crease right in this point where we added that small hexagon in the middle. So I'm just going to pinch that to get it in place, and then align this edge with that edge, making a 90-degree angle on the edge. Then take this flap and fold it in half by bringing this edge to that edge. Unfold, and now we're just going to get the direction of the creases the right way. On one side it's already okay, it's mountain and valley, and on the other side we still need to achieve that. So we're going to make an inside reverse fold on the outer creases, and then another inside reverse fold on the other one, and in the middle it's going to be a mountain fold. And crease. Then we're going to unfold that, and we're going to take this edge, align it with that edge, and only crease up to that first fold. And we do the same thing on the other side. Then repeat on the other 5 corners. Once that's done, we can start collapsing, and in the end we're going to add just a couple more creases. We're going to go along the creases we just created, the mountains and the valleys. And you can see you have a crease here which doesn't extend to the layer in the back. So we're going to make a valley fold by taking, right here you can see that's the crease, by taking it and pinching right there. And then move on to the next one. Always pinching from the inside. In the middle, the hexagon is going to pop up. If it doesn't, just push from inside to get all the corners to point upwards. Once you've gone around once, you kind of want to keep all of those folds in place, and then take the model and turn it over and take your hand and push open. So you really want to have that quite closed up, holding it with your hands, and then you should be able to push this open and ensure that all the creases stay in place. Trying to show this quite slowly so that you can really see what's happening. So you can see all of these creases here are in place, and then you can make those creases even stronger that you already pinched to secure the model a bit more. And here you can also start rounding the crown rather than having a hexagon. Now we need to finish off the tips. We have a pre-crease right here. You can see it here. We created that. And we're going to push that crease inside. Same thing on the other side. And we're going to have to create a small crease on the other side, starting in this point, aligning this edge with that crease, that mountain fold. Like this, and then you can close it, and there's a crease internally that's created in this spot right there. And you do that with all of the tips. So 10 more times. Once you have all of those tips done, you can see that there's these sections that you can fold down, and that's the next and final step. So you fold them down and then you tuck them inside. And with each of those folds you do, it's going to get a bit tighter, but it's okay. So usually I try to first insert the right tip and then the left one. And then continue with the next one. First pre-creasing right there, and then inserting the right tip and the left tip. And the last one, inserting both, and then straighten out the model, and then your crown, your six-pointed crown, designed by Christiane Bettens, is all done. I hope you enjoyed this video, and happy folding!